Middlesex Elementary tonight. Abraham Cinto, Isaiah Soaps, second graders. And for fifth grade, we have Bailey Helps and Kirsten Baker. Everybody please stand.
Ready? On three. 1, 2, 3.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. A little small token of our appreciation. Thank you so much. A little token of our appreciation. Thank you. This time, before we adopt the agenda, I would like to ask, we need a motion to amend the presented agenda to add agenda item 7. Business item.
That we amend the agenda under the student service section to include consideration and action for the 12 single lane EBOS security machines for elementary school.
Okay, that's amendment. All in favor of adopting the agenda?
Second.
Do I have a second? Second from Jamon. All in favor of adopting the agenda as read?
Aye.
All opposed?
Board members, this motion is to amend the agenda. So
Right.
if the board approves the motion, the agenda would be amended. We did need a separate motion to approve the
Adopt the
agenda.
amended agenda.
Yes, sir.
I need a motion to adopt the amended agenda.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Edwards, second by Dr.
Chavis?
Chavis. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise. Approval of meeting minutes. I will,
Mr. Chair, that would be probably arranged under 11.3 for Student Services and Operation Committee, adding 11.3.
all right, thank you. I need to approve the minutes. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise. Motion carried. Recognition, Dr. Ellis.
Good news. We just received our governor's school selection letter. We submitted 18 applications and 8 of our students were accepted this year.
All right.
There were 1,882 state level nominations. Accepted students are Dimitri Braxton, Southern Nash High School, Denise Campos, Early College, Noah Johnson, Southern Nash High School, Natalia Lopez, Southern Nash High School, Camden Winston, Nash Central High School, Autumn Watkins, Southern Nash High School, Casey Wilson, Southern Nash High School, and Camden Winston, Southern Nash High School. All right now. Scott must have voted.
Yeah.
Amen.
So the Nash County Hero Awards. Linda Wells, HR Department writes, I would like to nominate Justin Goods, Kamari Hinton, and James Pitts Jr. as recipients for the Nash County Hero Award. Their professional dedication to the Nash County Public Schools continues to be highly exemplary. Each employee has truly gone above and beyond in his profession for the exceptional children, as teacher, teacher assistant, and bus driver at Southern Nash High School. In addition to their daily duties, they somehow find time to work with the CVS pharmacy in Nashville.
Okay.
But they also display the same professional character. They are truly a reflection of what an outstanding employee and educational hero exhibits. And it was an honor to nominate these dedicated employees as Nash County Heroes. Another NCPS Hero Award. Jenny Kerr, Student Services and Operation. NCPS Project Aware had the honor of receiving ECU's 2025 Outstanding Field Agency of the Year Award. We are proud that the district has been awarded this honor and would like to recognize Jenny Kerr, who serves as our program director. This award honors field agencies that demonstrate exceptional collaboration, student support, and a positive impact on ECU and the broader community. Under Jenny's leadership, Project Aware has provided ECU social work students with enriching real-world learning experiences while advancing mental health initiatives that support student safety and well-being. Jenny brings over 30 years of experience in both mental health and educational settings and has dedicated her career to ensuring all students have access to equitable mental health support. A licensed clinical social worker in ECU alone, she is known for her deep expertise in trauma-informed care, legislative advocacy, and building strong school-based mental health systems. Jenny's dedication, mentorship, and advocacy continue to leave a meaningful mark on both education and the next generation of social work professionals. Congratulations, Jenny, on this well-deserved recognition.
Public input tonight, we've got 6 people scheduled to speak. Each month, the first part of at least one regularly scheduled board meeting will be set aside for citizens to address the board through public comment. Each speaker will receive 3 minutes to present comments. Board members will not respond to individuals who address the board except to request clarification of points made by the presenter. Disruptions by any person or persons of a public meeting will be subject to actions in accordance with GS 143-318.17. The first speaker tonight, Thelma Harris.
Good evening. My name is Thelma Harris. I'm here tonight to remind the members of the Board of Education that you all have been elected to serve the students and staff and parents to help with these students of Nash County. You claim you have asked for money from the county commissioner every year, but a 1% or a 2% increase doesn't even keep up with the cost of living. Everything is going up but the paycheck. No one should have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make one paycheck. You say you are helping, but you're really hindering. What we need you to do is ask for the funding to pay for these raises. But instead you make excuses telling us why you can't. There is no I in team. We all work together to bring a solution. We need you to work with us to push the county commission to fund our schools and to do what is right for our children and the staff of Nash County Schools. Don't ask for the minimum, please, just because that is what you've always done. Ask for what we are standing here telling you what we need. We would really appreciate it. And one more thing before I sit down. Each one of you were elected to do a job. Are you helping or hindering? I'll leave that question with you. Thank you.
Next speaker, Alicia Heyman.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm bringing my purse with me because I got to go to my part-time job after this. My name is Alicia Haven, and I've been driving for Nash County Schools for 27 years. I came here 7 years ago to discuss the same topic. I get up early every morning at 7 a.m. on the road by 5:30 a.m. My day ends around 5:30 p.m. every evening. I'm a professional at what I do when it comes to my job as a driver. At 27 years of experience, it is very disheartening that someone with zero experience is making just a few dollars less than me. That's not fair, and we are not asking for much. Last week, you talked about evaluations and couldn't wait till there was a surplus of drivers so you can fire some people. What's the purpose of firing your drivers and then 2 years later calling them back and asking them to come back to work? And the reason they won't come back is because of the pay. Other reasons for people not wanting to work here is because we feel there's no respect, we're not being heard, and board members that we elected won't even fight for a real supplement for us. And I'm not speaking just for me. I'm speaking for other coworkers. We are also speaking for some parents and students who deserve consistent quality and professional care in the drivers. In closing, I would like to say, Chairman, you were the one that said something about firing people. Be careful of the grave you dig, because you just might be digging it for yourself. Your constituents are listening and watching. Thank you.
Next speaker, Matthew Hunter.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Matthew Hunter. I'm a bus driver. I'm standing on behalf of the drivers and monitors. We are children driven. We haul the most precious jewels of all. They are the future. And my 18 years plus of service almost made perfect attendance the whole 18 years. Now, only making $17 an hour after 18 years. Drivers coming in after me, making just about as much as I am, they're not experienced drivers as I am. So, my question is, why come the drivers that's coming in with no experience can make just as much as drivers with experience? My question is now, why can't we get a raise for $3 to carry on so we can have a better understanding, because the kids we are driving with our best ability to get them to and from school. So that's all I have to say now. Thank you.
Next speaker, Kennedy Harvin.
Good afternoon. My name is Kennedy Harvin, and I am speaking to express my appreciation for the dedicated bus drivers and monitors who ensure the safe transportation of students. I noticed their commitment to providing a welcoming and respectful environment to all students. Each day, they greet and bid farewell students, setting a positive atmosphere. Their kind tones, even in brief interactions, can make a student's day better, and it is greatly appreciated. It is important to acknowledge the fact that they get up early in the morning every day from Monday through Friday to pick up students on time and make sure they get to school. It really shows their dedication to make sure every student that rides the bus has transportation to go to school and an opportunity to learn. Regardless of any challenges they may face, they maintain a positive and caring attitude towards every student. Their main focus on safety and well-being is always first in their daily routines. The dedication of our bus drivers and monitors are often unrecognized. Therefore, I wish to acknowledge their hard work and dedication by supporting the idea of giving the bus drivers a $3 raise. Thank you.
Next speaker, William Booz.
Good evening. My name is William Booz. On behalf of myself and the substitute drivers, if it wasn't for us, the regular bus drivers could never take a day off to go to the doctor, take care of their family business. So sub-bus drivers are a very important part of the team, and we need a raise too. I've been driving buses for more than 30 years as a substitute bus driver. I'm making almost $18 an hour. That might sound good 10 years ago, but today it doesn't cut the cost. We go above and beyond to help to get the kids to and from school safely. If you can't get a regular driver, who do you call? A sub driver. We get called late at night, early in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, before most people get up to go to work. So as a sub driver, we stand behind the drivers and monitors. We want to ask the county commissioners to fund these $3 raises and please include the sub drivers as well. Thank you for your time.
Next speaker, Joanne Richardson.
Good evening. I'm Joanne Richardson. As we all know, it takes a village to run a school. Our bus drivers are the wheels that keep our schools moving. Over the past years, I've done several different jobs for Nash County schools. But this year, for whatever reason, I couldn't get my hours. I could barely get 30 hours, and that just kept me so I can keep my benefits, which caused me to be in a financial struggle. I'm asking you all today to please, when the rest of the people come up to speak, keep an open mind and listen with your ears. EARS, empathy, appreciation, respect, and support. And if you truly believe in the safety of our jobs and the well-being of us and our students, and the job we do day after day, then I ask you to please dig deep and find a way to increase our pay. Thank you.
This time we're down to business items. Dr. Ellis, donations.
The dear board members, please accept this request with the following donation. Miss Hunter, art teacher at Inglewood Elementary School, received a grant from the North Carolina School Counselors Association of $317.27 for paint, clay tools, and noise-canceling headphones. Students will be using these supplies for an SEL lesson on creating their own sensor medallions. Spring Hope Elementary School received a $400 donation from Vesta Wheelers, post number 91. And Red Oak Middle School received a $300 donation to be used for the EC class Empower Creation from Super Flame Gas Company of Rocky Mountain.
Mr. Chair, I make the motion that we accept these donations with great appreciation.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Chavis, second by Dr. Washington. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise, motion carried. Personnel recommendation, Ms. Wallace.
Good evening, Chair Lamb, Vice Chair Bissett, and present board members. The personnel reports have been reviewed and discussed. On behalf of Superintendent Ellis, your approval is requested at this time.
I will entertain a motion to accept personnel recommendation. Motion by Zach Gray,
Second.
second by Mr. Whitfield. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise, motion carried.
Thank you.
Administrative Services and Operations Committee, Mr. Jenkins, Shanice Sanders.
Good evening. Good evening. So I stand before you all tonight on behalf of Dr. Ellis, asking for approval for our auditor's contract for the fiscal year 2025.
All right, we need a motion.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All right, been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
The chair has to carry the motion.
All right.
You got it.
It's quiet.
Mr. Lamb, you have to carry the motion.
Motion by Zach Gray, second by Ricky Jenkins. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise, motion carried. Link renewal, Shanice Sanders.
I also stand here this evening to ask on behalf of Dr. Ellis for the full board to approve our link contract for the next 3 years.
I will entertain a motion, accept the link.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Jenkins, second by Dr. Chavis. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise.
Thank you.
Focus group, information only, Ms. Miller.
Good evening.
Good evening.
With our focus group, we're hoping to have some more information for you prior to the next committee meeting, but there has been some movement with the land. We should hear something confirmed in the next day or two. Number two, the RFQs took place on Friday. We are compiling all the information to present to the focus group, which will then present to the board committees. So this is for information only on where we stand with moving forward.
Athletic request for funding flag football.
Yes, sir. The superintendent asked for approval for us moving forward with having a flag football team. The $6,000 for having the athletics for high schools.
Motion by Mr. Bissett, second by Dr. Chavis. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise, motion carried. Facilities update.
And we shared that out with our committee meeting with movement, and where we stand with the final phases of the demerger, those projects and what are moving forward for the upcoming school year. That was for information only.
Okay. Policy committee, Mr. Weeks.
Thank you, Ms. Miller.
We have two policies to approved, but one of them, policy 4210, there is a legislative Senate Bill 92 that we're going to table, policy 4210. If I could get a motion to table policy 4210.
So moved.
Second? Second by Mr. Dunton, second by Mr. Jenkins. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Policy 2110, final read. I need a motion to approve that final read. To take this motion.
So moved.
Second? Motion by Chris Bissett, second by Mr. Gray. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. That concludes our policy committee.
Academic services and accountability, Mr. Business.
So only one item on the agenda for us, it would be field trips that was in your packet if for committee. Unless you have questions for Mr. White, I will turn it over to our board chair for approval.
I entertain a motion to approve the field trip as is.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Lank Dunton, second by Dr. Washington. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, likewise. Motion carried. Student Support Services and Operations Committee, Dr. Chambers.
Mr. Chair, the committee met on March 31st. There were two items for information. One was a presentation by the Rocky Mount Police Department on SRO programs by Chief Robert Hastley. And we also had for information, and I would like, if possible, to have some of that shared, if I'm not putting Dr. Farrell on the spot, regarding our transportation update.
That wasn't me.
We need to vote on it.
Good evening to members of the board. I stand before you to present this information pertaining to the updates for our transportation department. Dr. Ellis, myself, Mr. Byer, Mr. Leonard, Ms. Morris, met with members of NCAE Transportation about their concerns on the following dates. The first meeting was Friday, February 14th. The second meeting was Tuesday, February 25th. And you can see that at the times are noted. Those meetings were held here at central office. There was another meeting, Dr. Ellis, myself, Ms. Wallace, Mr. Byer, Mr. Leonard, Ms. Morris, had a follow-up meeting with members from NCAE. That meeting took place on Tuesday, March 25th at 12:15 p.m. So we looked at kind of the salary ranges. We wanted to look at what the highest paid person was in our transportation department as it relates to our bus drivers and our monitors, and what the starting pay was. So if you see here, our highest pay of rate currently for bus drivers is $23.82 per hour. Our starting pay rate is $16.79 per hour. For monitors, our highest pay rate is $17 per hour. Starting pay rate is $15.63 per hour. So our average pay rate right now for bus drivers is at $18.09 per hour. Monitors, our average pay rate per hour is $16.19. During the course of this school year, we have paid out $45,700 in attendance bonus to our transportation members, those who are drivers, and I believe monitors was part of this as well. They were the only classified group to receive that bonus. So Mr. Byer, I asked him to reach out to some transportation directors near us, around us. And so the following counties, as you can see, are ones that he reached out to and was able to make contact with. They were able to provide us with a starting pay range. There was only one who gave us a top end pay range, but as you can see, there, Wilson County, $16.07, Green the same. Martin is at $16.50. Bertie County started out $15. Pitt County starting at $16. Edgecombe County started at $15. And Wayne County starting at $17.32 up to $22 per hour. At this time, Ms. Wallace is going to come and go over some information about salaries.
Good evening again. So this information that I'm going to share is going to give you a historical journey through the salary, the salary raises as well as the state-approved budgets. So in our handbook, which is listed on our intranet, it does list that classified salary scales. They are employees that receive experience credit when hired with employment verification when they're employed with the district. The district does not give annual step increases because the state does not approve the annual step increases. So with that being said, when you're hired, if you have 12 years of experience, that is where you will be placed on the scale. The state then gives us percentage increases if we get any at all. The only way to get an increase in any role in the district is to be promoted to a position with a higher salary. An employee can resign, stay away from a year, return to the district, and receive those years of experience, or if the state approves a step increase or percentage increase annually. Next slide. So experience credits. Substitute or part-time work does not count towards experience. That's number one. Many people come and say, I was a sub driver for 10 years. The state does not recognize that as a part of experience credits. If you are state, city, or county government and you have previous experience with that line of work, you will receive a year credit for every year. For example, if you work 5 years in a state role that's comparable to our drivers, you will come to the district with 5 years of experience with the credit experience approval from that vendor. If you work with the federal government full-time, you will get a year of service for every 2 years. That means that if I had 10 years of service in some capacity that would be comparable to a driver, and I come to the district to drive, I will receive 5 years of credit. All other employment that's related to driving, you get a year for every 3 years. Again, all experience credit must be verified and approved through the previous employer during the hiring process. This will take you through the historical legislative increases for classified personnel salaries. So in 2019-2020, we did not receive an increase. 2020-2021, there was no change in pay as well. The minimum at that year for bus drivers was $12.07, and for monitors, the minimum was $11.66 an hour. 2021-2022, the increases annual salary by greater or percentage increase. This was the biennial year where they told us we had 2 years to get everybody to an average of $15 an hour, where a minimum of $15 an hour. 2021-2022 year, everybody who was paid below $13 an hour went up to $13 an hour or more, depending on the percentage or the hourly rate. In 2022, the minimum wage for full-time state employees went to $15 an hour. No one was paid less than $15 an hour in our district at that time. 23-24 and 24-25. This is another biennial year where we received a total of 7% increase. The first year, 23-24, we received a 4% increase. But the bus drivers, the state approved bus drivers for a total over the collection of 2 years, 9%. They received 6% in 23-24. All other classified staff employees received 4%. 24-25, which is our current year, a 3% increase, in addition to a small increase due to the conversion from the previous step grade salary schedule, which we no longer operate under. This gives you an example of a bus driver who is coming to the district with 11 years of experience. In 2022-2023, their hourly pay rate was $15.87 an hour. If the state approved a step increase, how much would you have received if we were operating on the old step increase scale? It would have been a total of 14 cents, which would have brought that employee to $16.01. However, the state did approve a 6% increase that year. That took their salary to $16.82 an hour, which gave that employee a 95-cent increase. So, next slide. This slide talks about the conversion from the grade step and to the new salary schedule. So, using the guidance from the State Board of Education, Brittany and I worked with Shanice Saunders, the finance officer, to make sure that we converted all of our existing salaries to the new system, and we made sure that no one took a reduction in their hourly salary. Actually, everybody went up. Now, I'm not going to act like it was a great amount, but they did increase in their hourly salary. First, we pulled every classified staff member's grade, step, and rate of pay as of June 2024 to complete the conversion. It's also important to note that a staff member step as of June 2024 represented their experience credit. Employees did not receive a step increase at this time, meaning they were not credited for all the years of experience they had worked as an employee of NCPS because the state had only approved a percentage increase from year to year. Next, a grade and range salary schedule was created to represent the 23-24 year. We took that existing pay rate and compared it to this salary schedule to determine the range they qualified for. The intent was to ensure, again, that no one's salary decreased. To give you an example, bus drivers who were at a grade bus, step 01, making $15.91 an hour, qualified now for a grade NCO 4, range 00 at $16.30 an hour. Bus monitors who were at grade 5053, step 01, were making only $15.60 an hour. They now went up to a grade NCO 1, range 04, making an hourly rate of $15.72 an hour. The final step was to use the new 24-25 school year grade and range salary schedule, which included the 3% increase approved by state legislation for classified employees, to determine their 24-25 pay rate. The bus driver at the newly assigned grade NCO 4 range mentioned earlier went from an updated hourly rate of $16.30 to $16.79 an hour. Next slide. So here we're going to talk about the salary ranges that was mentioned earlier. So the state sets grades for bus drivers at an NCO 4 through NCO 6. That's the range that they tell us we have to pay our drivers within. Using an employee step as of June 2024, anyone who had a step of 0 to 10 years was placed in the NCO 4 range. Grades 11 through 20 were placed in the NCO 5 range, and if you had experience of 21 years or more, you were placed on an NCO 6 grade. For monitors, the state gave us guidance that all were placed at NCO 1 range. Next slide. This slide will give you guidelines provided for the 24-25 state salary scale. This was provided by the State Board of Education, and the link is in there. If you have this presentation, you can click on it and read it for yourself. The first 3 columns were pulled directly from the guidance, and the last 2 columns show us where NCPS is in comparison. If you look at column 1, it lists the job title. Column 2, it states the assigned grade, and the 3rd column shows the recommended monthly and hourly rates provided by the state. When you look at column 4, we see Nash County Public Schools monthly and hourly salary rates. It's important to note 2 things when looking at these columns. First, the monthly amounts are based on full-time personnel and a 40-hour work week. And secondly, NCPS amounts are higher than what the state advised us to pay them on. Finally, the 5th column summarizes how NCPS is assigning the grades as we looked at in the last slide. Excuse me. Next slide. Going to walk you through a quick scenario, and hopefully it will help illustrate this process for you. We have a bus driver A who is at a grade bus, step 14, with an hourly wage of $17.23 as of June 2024. In the previous system, bus was the assigned grade in 14 equal to the years of experience credit given at the time of hire, the step increases that may have been given at some point during their career. We took the grade and the step and compared it to the new 23-24 grade and range system and determined bus driver A qualified for a grade in CO5 because the step 14 indicated that they had been with us between 11 and 20 years, or either had 11 and 20 years of experience, between 11 and 20 years. Here we see the updated 23-24 range and grade salary schedule using the June 2024 wage of $17.23 an hour. We determined they fell in this range because in CO5, between the 2 and the 4, we did not want bus drivers' A salary to decrease. So they were assigned a range of 03 at $17.37 an hour, making them an NC 0503. Next slide. Finally, using the 24-25 salary scale, which included the 3% increase, bus driver A's new hourly rate came out to be $17.89 an hour as an NCO 503. Are there any questions about the salaries? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wallace. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to do the slides remaining that relates to salaries. Dr. Chambers, unless you want me to do the full presentation.
I've got one question. You said we paid $45,000 on perfect attendance this year.
It wasn't perfect attendance, it was attendance for testing. Mm-hmm.
You know what that would raise the highest salary to be if everybody was here?
I do not.
That would be an interesting fact to know.
I could work with Mr. Byer and Ms. Saunders and try to find out what that number would be.
So a $1 increase would cost 190. Is that what I'm reading?
So
you're saying,
with this
okay.
particular slide right here, it shows the Nash County Public Schools transportation annual allotment, meaning this is the money that Nash County Public Schools received from the Department of Public Instruction. So for the 21-22 school year, you can see that we received an amount of almost $5 million. That's what was given to us by the state. In salaries, we paid out $3,585,000, roughly, an estimate. 22-23, we received about $5.5 million from the state. Salaries cost us $4.1 million. 23-24, We received about 5.3 million from the state, and we paid about 4.2 million out in salaries. So for the 24-25 school year, we received almost 5 million, just shy, about 112,000 shy of $5 million. We have not finished this year, but we asked Mr. Bayer work with Ms. Saunders to have her do if she did a $3 increase for all of our drivers and our monitors, what would that percentage end up being of our total allotment for the year? And as you can see, with our total allotment being $4.8 million, if we did a $3 increase, that means that we would pay out in salaries about $4.4 million, which would be about 90% of the allotted money that we received from the state. The money that we do not pay out in salaries, that's the funding that we use to pay for vehicles, to pay for activity buses, to pay for, not activity buses, to pay for parts for our buses, gas, gasoline, fuel, diesel, oil, all of those things that it takes to keep the buses up and running. That's where that funding comes from. So there has to be a balance between what we're paying out in terms of funding for salaries and the money that we have left over to take care of the other items that keeps the transportation department running. And if you're operating in a situation where 90% of your allotted funding is going towards salary, then you're going to be missing on something else. Dr. Ellis, would you like to speak to this slide?
So this slide really talks about, for the past 4 or 5 years, when we have presented to county commissioners, we put this in our budget presentation for commissioners to give raises for our classified employees. And this slide has been in there for the past 4 or 5 years, and we will continue to put this slide in there this year. So you'll see that slide again, because we have asked.
Does anyone else on the board have any questions from the presentation? Thank you.
Thank you.
And this presentation was for information only to the committee and to our board at large. Now, the next item I will turn over to is concerning our EVOS. EVOS, I'm sorry, Evolve. Thank you.
Good evening again to members of the board. I stand before you on behalf of the Superintendent, Dr. Ellis. We are asking for approval subject to further attorney review and negotiation of the contract terms and conditions for the installation of 12 Evolve Express Generation 2 single-lane weapon detection systems for our elementary schools. The total cost for those 12 express lane, single-lane Evolve machines would be $995,593.20. Could not get that out. So that is just shy of $1 million for those 12 Evolve machines. As you all know, in the past, I think we're in year, is this the third year? I think this is the third year, second or third year. We installed Evolve machines at our middle and high schools. So what we're trying to do now is make sure that we have them at our elementary schools. And so the cost for having those in our 12 elementary buildings would again be just shy of $1 million.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're also trying to have those installed by July 1st. If we cannot make the July 1st deadline, we would extend it to August 8th. That's part of the contract agreement.
Mr. Chair, this is an action item if you'd like to call for a motion.
Okay. Entertain a motion. Motion by Zach Gray, second by Ricky Jenkins. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise. Motion carried. Now we're down to the Thank you. Now we're down to the superintendent's report.
So, good evening. So I've had 2 or 3 people text me, Dr. Ellis, we didn't recognize somebody. There is a method to my madness, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Normally, the superintendent can't have just NCPS heroes. This means something a little bit different to me, and I'll tell you. So about my first year I got here, and I went to the Brick City Challenge, and I didn't see but about 2 or 3 Nash County teams. And I told Marcy Kenner, who's sitting back there, there's no way Nash County's not going to have any teams, and we're going to win it all, okay? So this year at the Brick City Engineering, not only did we win it all, I think there was only about 2 categories we didn't win. And what it was is first place was Cooper's, Spring Hope, and Nashville. And I just told Marcy, I know my first year I got here, I said, boy, we have made a difference because we had to get a bigger place just to be able to house all our teams, and I'm going to say it that way. So let me give you a summary, and then I want to recognize the winning team. I believe Cooper's is back there, and I'm going to get Ms. Melissa Dancy-Smith to bring this group down here. So the Brick City Engineering Challenge, a collaborative event between Edgecombe and Nash County, sponsored by Pfizer and supported by the Strategic Twin Counties Educational Partnership. It was on Friday, March 14th at the Rocky Mountain Event Center. Each school can have up to 2 teams of 6 students, each participating in the following challenges. There was a Lego build, there was a robotic challenge, there was a STEM build, and then there was a final quiz. Thank God I didn't participate. So what I want to do right now is recognize those students. And I believe I got some coaches up here.
One coach.
Well, how did that just happen? Well, there it goes. All right. Technology. Principal Courtney Land, Coach Kyla Irvine, Christy Adkins. Students Liam Bass, Gabby Carter, Cambry Sherrod, Olivia Harris, Jesse Smith, and Carter Jenkins. Please come down, the winning team.
You accepted the challenge, and now we have winning teams. Yes.
Good job.
So I told you there was a method to my madness. So parents, I'm sorry I kept you out later. I can see now you're all exiting because it doesn't matter anything else I say tonight. I could say Happy Easter. I could say it all. I get it.
Yeah.
I also wanted to recognize, I think we'll do this at our next meeting, the elementary battle of the books. First place was Inglewood, second place was Spring Hope, third was Red Oak. We also have the STEM Design Challenge at the Event Center this Friday. That will include middle school students. Also, it is Legislator Week, and we've had an exciting day with Alan Chester today. He went to Hubbard and Nash Central High School, where he got to see what we do every day. So we had some good conversations. I believe one of the kids even asked, "What do you think about that cell phone bill?" So he was a very good politician. He didn't do a whole lot of answering on that one. So it was a good visit. We also have Elisa Stone Barnes will be at Inglewood. Benvenue and Dante Pittman will be at Cooper's on Friday. It's also National Assistant Principal Week. It's also Happy National Library Week, so make sure you thank these people.
And I do have some upcoming dates. April 15th, the all-county band at the Dunn Center. April 18th will be no school, and April 21st to the 25th is our Easter break. So thank you.
My report, I'd like to thank everybody for the job you're doing. I hope everybody has a happy Easter and a safe spring break. Schedule upcoming meetings, Board of Education Committee meeting, May 1st, Thursday. May work session will be May 5th on Monday. The next May board meeting will be Monday, May 5th. This time I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Bissett. Do I have a second? Second by Dr. Chavis. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed likewise. Meeting adjourned.
All right.